Alright, I'm working on a old mini bike here again, and I was going to put the engine on and mount it and see what else had to be done and everything. But I ordered a throttle shaft for this thing, because the one in here is a little sloppy. So I ordered that, and it's coming sooner than I thought it would. It's going to be here in 2 days. So instead of mounting this all up and everything, and then having to mess with trying to take the carburetor off and all that while it's on the bike, I'm not going to mount it yet, because it's just easier to work and take that carburetor off while the engine's off the bike. So you know, I noticed when I was cleaning this thing, I noticed this engine never had any paint on it. It had a clear coat, but it was never painted. I'm not used to that. I think it's the first engine I ever worked on that never had paint on it. But then I don't work on much of this aluminum stuff. You know, all the stuff I work on is that cast iron. But anyway, we're looking at the bike here and seeing what else could be done. And there's a couple things I can do while we're waiting. And one is this brake pedal here. This brake pedal looks like it's off a motorcycle, and somebody put that there. I don't think that's original to this bike, only because that thing is all a solid steel, and they just wouldn't do that on a mini bike. But anyway, if you look at it, you can see it actually it sticks up about 3 inches above the foot pedal here. And what we used to do is we just used to keep the brake loose enough that you can keep your foot on that and then touch it. But then it would hang down 3 inches, you know, and sometimes you might not want that, you know. So what I think I'm going to do with that is I'm going to try and heat it up right here, cherry red, and then bend it down level with the foot pedal, maybe even an eighth of an inch lower or something like that, and then reposition this if I have to, but maybe we don't have to do that. Maybe even heat that up and twist it, but we'll see. And another thing I noticed, and it never affected us, never bothered us, but check out that sprocket. It's a little cattywampus here, a little bent. So I think I'm going to take it off. It's funny, it looks like it's bent out here, but if you feel it, it's actually bent in right here. So I think if I just try and bend that out, we'll be okay. It wasn't throwing change or nothing like that, but you know, we got time, and we can try and make it better. So I think we will. But for now, I think maybe I'm just going to throw that engine on there and put the bolts in there and see if I'm going to have to shorten the chain or lengthen it or do anything with it. And then we'll continue on. Alright, let's set this motor in here. I'll try not to get in your way, but you know how that goes. I know where I can grab this thing. Here we go. There we go. I got the cable on the wrong side right now, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to put it where it belongs here, and put a few bolts in here. I'm not even going to bolt it down. I'm just going to stick these bolts in here to line it up. There we go. Alright. Now we'll hit the clutch. You guys still there? First get the chain. Put the clutch on there, see if that lines up, hopefully. You know what? How's that? Is that a little better? You guys gonna be able to see everything? Okay. Alright. Put a little key in here. Alright. It works up good. I'm going to go out back here and put the chain on. And hopefully won't have to add or take any links out. Oh, there you go, perfect. Alright, so actually, this is all the way up. The engine is pretty much all the way up. And then I got plenty of room to pull this back. Alright, and believe it or not, it lines up. So that's good. That's good. It's going to work out for us. Alright, let's take that sprocket off, try and straighten that, and try and straighten that brake pedal. Alright, yeah, I took the sprocket off here and I put it on a flat surface and marked where the one little bend was. And in the vise here, I have a piece of railroad track. It's upside down because the bottom here is flat, and I would say it's almost perfect, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. So I put it on a flat surface. I turned it upside down. My buddy Mike gave me this. It's only about maybe 6-7 inches, and that little piece of railroad track weighs about 40 pounds. But anyway, when I say I put it on a flat surface, this probably would have been fine, but I went over here and I put it on this drill press because I know this is a machine surface and I know that is perfect. So I put it on here and marked out what has to be straightened. The rest of it's fairly straight. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but right here where these marks are is where it was bent. So let's go over there to the piece of railroad track and try and straighten it out. Alright, get your hair protection on. It shouldn't take much because it's only this little section here, and that's probably the weak part because, you know, this is solid where this thing is here, so it shouldn't take much. It's already looking better. Alright, let me go check it on the drill press. Alright, I brought it over here and I actually checked it out, and it wasn't flat, it wasn't perfect. Matter of fact, right now it's not absolutely perfect, but it's better than it was. And matter of fact, it's better on one side than the other. But you can see by the marks, all the marks on here. I actually went around and, you know, when it was on that piece of steel, and hit the whole thing down, and then turned it over, and straightened it out like that. So I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. You know, I can't feel any movement, any significant movement. So we're going to call that good. We're going to call that better than it was. Alright, let me put that back on. Alright. Yeah, well, I had the sprocket all straightened and I had the tire off. I figure I'll put a little paint on it. I didn't paint this because it's nice aluminum, but it did do around the rim there. And then the back here. You don't really see much of it, but you know, it cleans it up a little bit. And then the front wheel cleaned that up, so it looks alright. Alright, I'm going to put that back wheel back on, and then we'll try and straighten this peg up a little bit, or this brake, bend that and straighten it where it's a little more useful. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, let's see how this goes. like it's heating up a little bit. There's only a baby torch. We went a little too far. Maybe not, but okay. I like that. I'm going to try and heat this up here to straighten that pedal out a little bit, but the way it's designed and welded on there, it may look a little awkward. Alright, let me mess with that. Alright. Looks like we got it pretty hot. I don't know what it's going to do, if it's going to do what we want it to do. But we got to give it a try, right? Not the ideal situation, but I think it'll work. Alright, we're going to call that good. Alright. That's better than it was. Yeah, we're going to call that good. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we're much happier with that. At least now it's functional. Here we go. Alright. Let's see what else we can do with this. Yeah, that looks like it sticks out a lot, but the housing comes about here, so you really don't have much to put your foot on. Alright, it's been a couple days, and I was waiting for this, and it was right on time. Matter of fact, early. So this here is a new throttle, and I took a gamble. I didn't take this apart yet, but you see how sloppy this is? It shouldn't be. But anyway, let me tell you a story about this. You know, I was assuming this was off a tiller because of all the dirt on it and the foam filter and the stud in the top and everything like that. And in the comments there, one of the comments asked, you know, why would that happen like that? And one of my longtime subscribers, he goes by, his name is Keith, and he goes by KGreg51, and he was a Briggs dealer, and he said they went to school and they told him that that's caused by a dirty air filter, And that makes sense, because once that gets clogged, you know, your engine still wants to suck air in and stuff, and that's the next best place. So with all the sand and dust and dirt and everything, and this thing constantly moving, it wears them out like that. But that's interesting. I like them kind of comments, you know, useful comments, and somebody just passing on some information. Great comment. All right, well, we're going to take this apart. You know, hopefully it is the throttle, because I got that. If it's the carburetor, then we're just pissing in the wind, right? And I don't know what's going to hold up the brass pin or this aluminum pewter or pot metal. We don't know. I'm guessing maybe both of them wore evenly, but hey, let's put it in there for $5. It's a gamble. That's another thing. This was on eBay for. This is brand new old stock, and the guy sold it for $4.99, free shipping. Now it's first class from North Carolina. It's 1 ounce. Like I say, it's from North Carolina to New Jersey. And what could that cost to ship? That's crazy. So let's open it up here and see what we got. I'm doing this with one hand. Look at me go. There we go. Look at that, double wrap. Oh, making it tough. Okay, let me get this out of here before you guys start complaining about the camera work. Alright, here it is. There's the original part number on it, stuff like that. And this looks like the original price. Looks like they had $1.60 on it or something, but oh, come on, Road King. There we go. A little shelfware. Looks like it's been in and out of the box a few times, but hey, it's looks like it might work. Alright, yeah, somebody tell me what that would cost. First class 1 ounce package. They would call that a package rate, plus the stamp, or there's no stamp. Alright, let me get this off and take the carburetor off. You don't have to see that. You guys know how the carburetor comes off. So we'll take that off and see if we can swap that out and see what happens. Alright, turned out to be a good gamble, because this shaft here, I'll zoom in, I'm not going to go in. You can see right here, big groove that's there. You know, and here's the new one. Turn this around here. And I mean, it's a big groove. And then on this side here, down here, you see there's a line on this one. Over here, the line's completely gone. So it was a good gamble. It's funny, in the comment, Keith said something about putting an O-ring in there. I'm thinking, where are you going to get an O-ring? That's small. And then after I take it apart, I realize the O-ring goes up top. And that's just to sort of keep air out. And this one here is as hard as a rock and don't fit on there at all. So he just said put O-ring on there. So I put 2 on here, and like I said, they just go in here and seal out the air. And you can see, you know, you're going to have a little play. You have to, so the thing moves. But I think we're going to solve our problem. Alright, let me try and get this thing back together. Funny, I got over 800 O-rings here, and nothing metric and American, and nothing even close to that. But that's why we had to put 2 together. So we're going to make it work. Alright, I'm ready to mount this thing in there and hook up the chain and tighten the wheel and hook up a kill switch, and then once everything is in there, we'll work on that air filter and get that to fit. While I had this out, I changed the fuel filter, or not the fuel filter, the little diaphragm in there, the fuel pump. It looks like this. There's a spare one I got. But figured while we had it out, replace that, because it did wear out. Alright, let's do something. Alright, we're just about there. We got the engine bolted on, the tire back on, the chain on, the clutch on, the switch, the kill switch. All we got left is this air cleaner, and I'm gonna cut off. Looks like an inch. Looks like it has to go back an inch, and possibly a 1/4 inch down, maybe 3/8. Yeah. Actually, let's say half. All right, so we'll go 1 inch. You still in frame here? 1 inch back, and then we'll take it over this ridge here, and we'll see how that works. And then we'll just take more off as we have to. All right. Yeah, I cut a little section out there, and you don't have to worry about water or anything like that getting in there because you got the seat on top of it. And if that bothered anybody, they could always just put tape on there or weld a little piece of plastic across there, plastic weld. Now let's see if it fits. All right, here we go. Only problem now is you can't get a screwdriver on it. You gotta put a wrench on there. Here we go. All right, what do you guys say we take it outside and see if this thing runs? All right, I might even hook up my my kill switch here. I got this here, switch on the dashboard. So maybe I'll do that before I take it out. But I'll see you guys outside. All right, it's starting to rain out here, so I'm gonna have to take it easy, but we'll take it for a test run. Alright, it's going to have to do. Let me get you guys off the tripod here, you're getting wet. Alright, looks like it's good to go now. Make some kid happy. So, we're going to call this one good. Alright, enough of this.